Ladies and gentlemen, today we're diving into a story that sounds like science fiction, but it's happening right now. It's the story of Colossal Biosciences, a Dallas-based biotechnology company whose ambition goes far beyond what most of us thought possible. It's the story of how one bold company is reshaping the future of life itself, through genetic engineering, cloning, and de-extinction. And their latest move, the acquisition of Viagen pets and equine, marks a turning point in both the biotech and conservation worlds. Colossal Biosciences, founded by tech entrepreneur Ben Lamb and world-renowned geneticist George Church, has become a name synonymous with ambition. You might have heard of them from headlines about reviving the woolly mammoth, resurrecting the dodo, or bringing back the Tasmanian tiger. But what many didn't see coming is their first-ever acquisition, buying Viagen, a company known for its cutting-edge work in animal cloning. Now, let's pause here. Viagen isn't just any startup. It's a Texas-based company that has quietly become the world's leader in pet and equine cloning. For over 2 decades, Viagen has helped clients replicate their beloved pets, offering a service once reserved for science fiction movies. They've cloned cats, dogs, and horses, all with one mission: to make the impossible possible. This partnership, announced just days ago, is far more than a business deal. It's a convergence of 2 worlds: cutting-edge science and the deep human desire to preserve life. Colossal is known for de-extinction, Viagen for cloning. Together, they form a powerhouse that could revolutionize conservation, genetics, and even how we think about mortality. The details of the acquisition are fascinating. Viagen will continue to operate as a wholly owned subsidiary, maintaining its services while integrating its technology into Colossal's de-extinction programs. This means Colossal now has direct access to Viagen's advanced reproductive technologies, including somatic cell nuclear transfer, the same method used to create Dolly the sheep back in 1996. This move gives Colossal something it's been missing: a practical way to apply its genetic breakthroughs. Until now, Colossal's work was largely experimental, designing genomes, mapping extinct species DNA, and simulating embryos. But with Viagen, they can bring those theoretical breakthroughs to life, literally. Think of what that means. The same process used to clone a dog or a horse today could soon be used to recreate an extinct animal tomorrow. Colossal can now move from theory to application, from gene to organism, from ambition to existence. Ben Lamb, Colossal's CEO, called the acquisition a monumental step toward our mission of reversing extinction and preserving biodiversity. He emphasized that Viagen's profits will be reinvested into conservation, meaning the money people spend cloning their pets could one day help restore endangered species like the northern white rhino or the woolly mammoth. And that's a fascinating twist: luxury cloning for pet lovers funding global conservation efforts. It's a vision that blends capitalism and ethics, emotion and science, and it's uniquely colossal. But let's step back and consider what this means for the world at large. Cloning isn't new, but it's still controversial. Critics argue it commodifies life, blurs moral boundaries, and risks unforeseen ecological effects. Supporters, however, say it's a powerful tool to save endangered species, protect biodiversity, and advance medicine. With this acquisition, Colossal stands right at the center of that debate. They're not just cloning animals, they're trying to redefine extinction. Imagine elephants carrying mammoth embryos, or engineered birds reviving ecosystems once thought lost. This is not fantasy. This is the direction science is taking. Viagen's expertise is the missing piece of Colossal's long-term plan. The company has decades of experience not just in cloning, but also in gene preservation and cryogenic storage, skills that will prove essential in Colossal's efforts to maintain the genetic diversity of endangered animals. Their cloning success rates, their precision, their biobanking capabilities, all these will accelerate Colossal's ambitious projects. And yet, for every step forward, there's a question to ask. Are we ready for a world where extinction can be reversed? What happens when technology gives us the power to play nature's hand? Can humans be trusted with that power? These are the questions Colossal's work raises. They're questions not of science, but of philosophy, ethics, and responsibility. Because science can tell us what we can do, but not always what we should do. Still, we must acknowledge the profound potential here. The world is losing species faster than ever before. Climate change, deforestation, and human activity are erasing life at a devastating pace. Traditional conservation alone cannot keep up. We need innovation. We need courage. And Colossal represents a new frontier, one that merges technology with compassion for the planet. Their goal isn't just to bring back extinct species. It's to protect the ones we still have, restore ecosystems that have been broken, and ensure the planet remains biodiverse for future generations. If their methods succeed, we could one day see mammoths roaming Arctic tundras, dodos thriving on islands, and genetic diversity returning to species on the brink. But none of this will be easy. The path ahead is full of challenges, technical, ethical, and ecological. It will require transparency, collaboration with regulators, and above all, a commitment to use this power responsibly. Yet the potential rewards are staggering. Imagine if we could reintroduce species that restore balance to ecosystems, prevent desertification, or even capture carbon naturally. Imagine the ripple effects for science, conservation, and medicine. Colossal's acquisition of Viagen is not just about cloning, it's about control over the biological future. It's about ensuring humanity can repair what it has damaged, and perhaps even correct some of history's mistakes. So today, as we reflect on this bold step, we see more than a headline about a biotech company buying another firm. We see a glimpse into the next era of life sciences, where de-extinction and cloning are no longer science fiction, but part of a new, emerging reality. In a way, this story isn't just about Colossal or Viagen. It's about us. It's about how far we're willing to go to protect life, how we redefine conservation, responsibility, and the meaning of being human in an age of genetic power. And maybe, just maybe, in the near future, when we see a mammoth stride across the tundra again, we'll look back on this acquisition, this merger of imagination and science, as the moment it all began. Thank you.